again. So here we are again. It is the preview for the opening game of the season. Woo! Hull City versus Aston Villa. Preview. I've attempted to make it better this year. I've made a few little changes here and there with the preview, like something to do with the on-screen stuff, but not too much. Tell me what you think of the new preview on-screen stuff, because you can see if I just go on now into the team news, it's gone from a little banner into a block. So let's get on to the team news. So, for Hull City, Andre Mazouk and James Weir are the Tigers' only absentees for the opening game. Mazouk sustained a knee injury in the opening game of pre-season in Portugal versus Maritimo, and James Weir has had an injury setback in pre-season after he sustained his injury last season. For Aston Villa, Jonathan Kodjia is fit to feature at the K-Com Stadium. The striker missed Aston Villa's pre-season victory at Dynamo Dresden, sparking concerns for his fitness. However, Steve Bruce confirmed in his pre-match press conference that the former Bristol City man will be available for selection. Elsewhere in the striking department, Keenan Davis, Scott Hergen and Russian Heppen Murphy all missed pre-season through injury, but are all doubtful for the game, so they could potentially play a part. So now we're going on to my predicted team then. So this is where you see the real change in graphics, because I've put a block around the team news, and now I've put the blocks as the positions as well. I had little banners before. I'll just insert a thing on the screen now for you. So, there is an image of the old graphic. So you can see that I've got the banners with the position on. And now if I put it side by side with a new one. So, here we are then, a shot of them side by side. I'll put a little card in the top right of your screen now. Which one do you prefer? Do you prefer the new graphic, which is the blocks, or the old graphic, which is the banners? Let me know by voting in the poll. I'll take the results in of the poll when the game finishes tomorrow. And then for the next preview, I can get the graphics done, going back to the old ones or sticking with this ones. Anyway, actually on to my predicted team now. I've gone for Marshall in goal. It has been confirmed that he is the number one by Adkins. Obviously, we've signed George Long. But Adkins has confirmed that Marshall is his number one for this season. A lot of fans don't agree with it, but I reckon it's worth giving him a go. And he's had him between the sticks for most of pre-season. So I think it makes sense to have Marshall in there. Despite him being very mistake-prone, against Barnsley in pre-season, he did fumble the ball into his own goal from a shot that was pretty much straight at him if he dived correctly, which he did, and got it into his hands, but he tried parrying it or something. I don't know the angle, but I saw it was pretty poor. But let's hope he improves. Right back, the first new signing, Eric Lehigh. We signed him from Nottingham Forest. I reckon he could be good for us. He's solid, he likes to attack, he can defend, he's up and down, up and down. I'm really excited to see him in a City shirt. And let's hope he does. Let's hope he fills that position well. Two centre-backs then. I've got Reece Burke, the first one, a new signing, and Geordie Device, the second one. That guy there, next to the goalpost. So Reece Burke, he signed from West Ham. I reckon he'll be fantastic this year. And then Geordie Device, we signed him from Ajax, so he's got to be pretty decent. He's not scared to go in for a challenge. He's not scared to head the ball. He's very strong. Pace is kind of in between fast and slow. And he is a brilliant free kick taker. So And he's got a very good weak foot. So let's hope he fills the void left by Larson on free kicks. Anyway, left back I've gone for Stephen Kingsley. I doubt he's going to play Fleming despite maybe because of his age, despite what I've put in the rest of the team. But Kingsley is more experienced. He said this season will feel like his first season at Hull, because last season he came in under Leonid Slutsky, had a really poor start, got a massive injury which kept him out for the majority of the season. And I do think that he might be okay for us this year. He wasn't too impressive in his first couple of games before his injury, but I hope and I pray that he's half decent. So Kingsley at left back. Marcus Henriksen as one of the defensive midfielders. He is the new captain. He needs to lead by example, and I reckon he will do that. So Marcus Henriksen, since he first signed, it was very much a case of what do these managers see in him? But under Adkins, he's really flourished. And I reckon, that's definitely why he's got the captaincy. And maybe pure favouritism by Adkins. But Marcus Henriksen, he played really well last half of the season, and it was pretty much impossible to get him out of the team unless Adkins was rotating it to rest him. So Henriksen, defensive midfield, new captain. Take over from Dawson Well is another midfielder, Ian Ashby, following his footsteps, get us promoted. Come on, Marcus. Then Dan Batty, the other DM. That's what I said about Fleming, It won't give him it because of his age, but Batty, he's just consistent. I was going to say consistent, but we haven't really seen him. He's very good. He's very much in the position that Bowen was in before the start of last season, when Bowen was known about. He'd had a bit of a chance, hadn't really shown it, but was given a chance and shone. And Batty in pre-season has looked brilliant, so I think Batty is in. You could go for Stewart, but I personally think Stewart is far too inconsistent. Against Chelsea in the FA Cup last season, he was at fault for 3 of Chelsea's 4 goals. So I don't want him to play Stewart because he's far too inconsistent. So Batty at defensive midfield. Jared Bowen on the right. I reckon he'll be better than he was last year. If he had a better second half of the season, I reckon he would have got Player of the Year last year. But time will tell if he's better than last year. And I hope he is, because if he is, that will push us up even more. Cam Evandro, he has been brilliant in pre-season. He said he's really feeling like he is ready to play for Hull City now, because the last 2 seasons had a lot of injuries, and he feels like now he's putting in the extra work, he's at his best fitness level, so should be great for us. Now left made another new signing, David Milinkovic. He looks promising, His goal-scoring record doesn't look the best coming in, but I reckon he'll be great for us. And Grzycki, he hasn't been doing too great, has he? So maybe Milinkovic could be the answer to our problems down that side when we don't have Harry Wilson. Because we don't have Harry Wilson this year, otherwise he would be a mainstay. And then up top we got Noah Dicker. And in case you haven't noticed as well, I've got pictures of all the players in the new kits for these, apart from Marshall. But now as I go on to the substitutes, but let's talk about Dicker first. Dicker, he's growing his hair out a lot. That's the only thing I've noticed. They haven't been too prolific in pre-season, but I reckon reckon him, Bowen, Milinkovic and Evandro could form a solid partnership. So let's hope that happens. Substitutes. George Long, new goalkeeper, wants to challenge for number 1, and I reckon if Marshall's so ridiculously poor, as a lot of fans are expecting him to be, I think Long will be able to oust Marshall and keep that number 1 shirt. Angus MacDonald, he's been getting a lot of hate on Twitter recently because he put out a tweet, "Everyone loves a tiger," and a picture of him roaring. I'll put it on screen for you now. So, there is the picture. And he got some very nice replies. One of which, I'm only going to point out this one because that's the only one that I can find. This one. Asking James Jester to break Angus MacDonald's leg on Monday. And Angus MacDonald simply replied, "What a lovely thought. What a man." Anyway, on with the substitutes. I've then gone with another new signing, Toddy Kane, on loan from Chelsea. He's played a lot of pre-season on the right midfield, but I think that's because Bowen and Milinkovic have been injured and he's shoved one of them across on the other side and giving him some game time. But I think he'll have to play Bowen and Milinkovic, because I don't think he can risk playing a right back at right mid. So then, and he's got number 17. John Terrell. My dad said that he should be playing instead of Batty. Batty's an all-round midfielder. Terrell's an attacking midfielder, not a defensive midfielder. So shut up, Dad. Jackson Irvine. He was ill in pre-season after he'd come back from the World Cup. He's played like against Mansfield in a behind closed doors friendly, but you know, that's the only time he's featured. He left the North Ferriby game because he was ill. Kamil Grzycki, someone else who hasn't featured in pre-season either. Well, he's been away at the World Cup, hasn't he? Went on holiday, then didn't come back due to family reasons. Or maybe just wanted to stay away for a bit longer. And he hasn't played a single minute in pre-season either, but I think he's going to have to put those two on the bench just because of the impact subs. And Fraser Campbell, who actually scored a goal in pre-season. Well, he did more than at least he did more than Grzycki. And Campbell, I reckon he could have a good year this year. I think the problem is Adkins needs to start with 2 up front, because neither Campbell, Dicker or Keane, for that matter, can play up top on their own. It has to be. All of our strikers always seem to want to play with someone next to them. Happened with Long and Jelovic, happened with Abel Hernandez and Dame and Doy. And the managers can't realise that. Stick Campbell and Dicker up top together and they will fly. Not fly, but do well. Anyway, on to my predicted score then. Hull City versus Aston Villa. Let's see what I think the score is going to be. So, my predicted score. Dun 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 dun. Done! I reckon we'll get off to a winning start. That might be a bit biased, but Villa have had a lot of issues off the pitch, and we've had a bit less. And I reckon we'll win. So that's the end of the preview. I hope remember to vote in the poll which graphic do you like the most, the box, the baldy box thing, or the banners. Design the current design or the previous one. Yeah. So that's the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be vlogging the games again this season, so look forward to that. And I'll see you next time. Up the Tigers! Come on, City!